Let me throw a couple stats at you that I think you'll understand why Honda and Acura of Thornhill use TrueSpot. 1 in every 5 keys that comes out of a key machine gets misplaced. It means per key that gets misplaced, on average, that takes 30 to 40 minutes to find per employee. So if you got more than 2 guys looking for it, that's 30 minutes per each person. On average, 8 times per day, sales managers get asked for help finding keys or finding vehicles. 40% of all staff at dealerships lose time daily related to poor tracking. Honda and Acura of Thornhill recognize that. So that's where they made this little bitty change right here. Now when a key comes out of the machine, they can track it anywhere on their campus. If they want to track vehicles across their main campus, their recon center down the road, or there are 3 different spillover lots, they can see the location of a vehicle. Let me show you how this works. So when their staff needs to find a key and find a car, all they got to do is jump into the search, right? From here, they can type in stock, VIN, last 4, whatever they want. So I'm going to do 2580. This is the last 4 of a vehicle, right? Pulls up, shows me 08 Mazda. So I click into it. It then shows me the location of the vehicle, and it'll tell me the location right above that. So it says what? Acura Thornhill Young Street lot. So this is one of their spillover lots. And if I jump over to the key, it'll not only show me on the map where the key is, but it'll tell me, hey, this is in pre-owned sales at AJ's desk right now. So locating a car and locating a key is super easy to do with TrueSpot. So here we are on the desktop dashboard, and this provides one of the many ways that you could run a search, whether you want to use the phone app or this. If I was looking for a particular car, let's say I put in the last 4 of this stock, it would pull up and then show me the location of the vehicle and tell me, hey, this vehicle is currently in the service lot, and I can see the location of where it's at in the service lot, and then the keys are at AJ's desk. So if I was trying to show this vehicle, I need to go to AJ's desk to grab the keys, and then I need to go to the service lot to get the vehicle. I just got way more efficient. I'm not wandering a lot, hitting an alarm, trying to find that vehicle. But not only can you do that, what if I said, hey, it's the end of a day, and I want to see the location of every single key that's on my campus. Can you turn on the pins and show me where they're at? Well, what if I could show you that so that if it had a key out here in customer parking, I could tell you exactly which one it was. It goes to this MDX, and I could say, hey, we see where the car is at, but for some reason, this key's out on the lot in customer parking. I might want to grab one of my staff members and go, hey, put this stock number in your app, go get that key for me, right? You had 3 keys, you were showing, test driving, and you accidentally left a set in the cup holder. That doesn't happen anymore. Now, let's take that a step further. What if I just want to understand how many cars I have at some of my additional lots? Well, up here at the top, I could say, hey, I've got 5 vehicles over at my recon center, and if you want to know which 5 there are, these are the 5, right? What's over at my West Beaver Creek lot? We have 113 vehicles over here. Here's a list of all 113. Any list you can create, you can export to an Excel sheet. So if that helps you, hey, what's over at my Young Street lot? It's one of my spillover lots. Well, you got 23 vehicles. Here's all 23. And if I was looking for the exact location of one, I could click on it and it would show me the location of the vehicle, where it's at on that lot, and then the location of the key as well. Now you may be saying, that's pretty cool, Justin, but what if something leaves the campus? It looks like this track's on the campus. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Anytime a key or a vehicle leaves the campus, it starts a timer. And you're gonna have last sightings up here for inventory and last sightings for keys. So if you come over and say, hey, do I have any keys that have been off the campus for more than 4 hours, but maybe less than 24? Yeah, actually you got 15 sets. Here's a list of all 15 that have left the campus and been gone for more than 4 hours. Well, what about 24 hours? Well, you got 1 set of keys. This becomes super helpful. If anything leaves your campus, it immediately starts timers so that you can rectify this. You can see keys and you can see cars. So I can divide these out and separate them. Now, you may be saying 4 hours is a long time, Justin. Is there any way you could provide me custom alerts? Maybe you can send me an email and things that's been gone for more than 1 hour, 2 hours? You pick, and the answer is yes. We can set you up for alerts. Now, a minute ago, you may have heard me talk about tracking service keys in cars. How does that work? Well, what if I told you I had reusable hang tags that you could throw around the rearview mirror of the vehicle and a key carabiner set with a tracker on it that you'd click the keys, throw 50-50 on my RO, put this on the rearview mirror, click this on the keys. So when the car is parked over at the service lot and these keys get locked in a tool chest in service bay 3, you can see the location of the keys and the vehicle. Do you know what the number 1 factor is that affects CSI scores in service? If you don't, shame on you. You should know this. It is related to time. How much time did I have to wait to get my vehicle? Well, if vehicles are sitting inside of your service department and they're not getting worked on, wouldn't it be super helpful to be able to run a report and go, hey, show me anything that hasn't moved in 1 day. Show me anything that hasn't moved in 2 days. Show me anything that hasn't moved in 3 days. Why have these 4 vehicles not been touched in 4 days? They have set stagnant. That's literally what this report is. Service tag number 18, 62, 95, and 737 have been sitting for 3 days. This is just one of the many ways you can use TrueSpot. I worked at a dealership for almost 10 years, so I think everyone who's been around for more than a minute knows the term time kills deals. Well, if the average dealership, it takes 2.5 hours to buy a car, let's be honest, that's pretty short for a lot of dealerships. My finance department was not fast. But you're going to spend roughly 15 to 30 minutes of that test driving the vehicle. Now, 81% of buyers say if they don't test drive it, chances are they're not going to buy it. 56% say that directly influenced their purchase. So knowing when people test drive what vehicles and how often would probably be kind of important. So let's talk about that for a second. What if you had a report, you'd come here and say, okay, well, the average test drive is 15 to 30 minutes, and I can look at this and pick a day of the week or multiple days of the week and say, hey, what got test driven on the 20th at my dealership? And I had every stock and VIN that went for a test drive. That'd be pretty powerful. I've got a car that people drove 6 times that day. Did I sell it? Why not pull it up and look in my system? If I didn't, why didn't I? 6 test drives, 81% that want to buy a car have to test drive it. That car should be sold. How can you use this report to benefit your store and sell more vehicles? Now, I could keep throwing stats at you and yelling and being really crazy, but I don't think we need to do that at this point. You can track your keys. You can track your vehicles. I've got integrations set up with people like KeyTrack. It's worth checking out. If you haven't seen that, let me show it to you. I've got service tracking. You want to track vehicles in service or keys in service? I can do that too. Maybe you're interested in this tech, but you got questions. You got a parking structure and you want to know if it can track on multiple levels. It can. You got spillover locks like these guys, and you want to know where vehicles are. We can do that. Let's talk about your store. You want to track specialty tools. You don't even care about keys and cars. I can do that. Maybe you're a custom truck builder. I work with those guys. Maybe you're a collision center. I help those guys. It's worth the conversation. It improves efficiency, solves a lot of headaches. Let's talk about your store.